Cool. Let me hit the button. I hit the button. We're good to go.
Not quite ready. I got to share this thing on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Burps. I'm a disgusting human being.
We're discussing. Oh, you are a disgusting human being. I thought we were discussing human beings.
Well, we kind of do sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you do that in general, in particular.
What the?
Any human beings you'd like to discuss?
Maybe.
Let's talk about weird things, like vestigial tails.
Why?
I don't know. I thought I'd throw that out there.
Do you have a vestigial tail?
I do not.
Well,
Kind of wish I did, because then I'd pretend I'd be Goku.
but it's probably going to be like 6 inches long.
No. If I'm going to have a tail, it's going to be a tail.
You don't get to pick.
Oh, I'm picking.
You're just like, man, I'm a fucking freak with a tail coming out of my ass. And it's fleshy and gross.
And I would pick a prehensile one.
You
I'd use it to carry my groceries. Strength train it. I don't know if you could strength train tails.
I doubt it. There's not a whole lot of muscle in there to train.
I'd pick one that can be.
So you tell me you'd actually work out if you had a tail.
Probably not.
But
I'm going to try to work out, maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, start this thing.
Okay, we're starting.
We have candles today. What the hell?
I don't know.
Oh,
They're
good.
I lit them.
You did.
Oh.
He bent over, and he had to blew the flame from one, like across these candles and lit them both.
Yeah, it was a twofer.
Yeah. I don't have to shave because you just burnt all the hair off my face. But here we are. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get all them refried beans.
Refried beans?
Yeah.
How many times are we frying these beans?
Till
they sell, motherfucker.
That's right.
They stay in the pot. We churn them up. They're like Tootsie Rolls. You know that story? Supposedly every Tootsie Roll has a little bit of the very first Tootsie Roll in it.
By this time, probably not.
It's magic.
It's diluted. But making a Tootsie Roll is not unlike making sourdough bread, that you use some of the leftover from yesterday to make today's.
Right.
And then, since the original Tootsie Roll.
Right.
It's an unbroken chain.
Which is about 60,000 years.
Yeah. I mean, cavemen's made Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, that's where it started. That's why the name's so silly.
Well, they changed it in the 40s.
Tootsie was caveman for poop. So.
Oh, look like poop.
And that's what that means.
Yeah.
Now you know. Real history of the podcast. Because, well, they didn't like being called cavemen either. They just didn't know how to build houses.
They were cave people.
Right. Human beings that are Neanderthals. The Neanderthals were really nice, and human beings were really awful. And here we are. No Neanderthals.
Yeah, that sounds right, actually. I think we've established something that was unknown previously.
Well, the people that's kind of becoming common, accepted, like, anthropological sciences. That it wasn't that the Neanderthals were stupid or did anything weird and got themselves wiped out. They were like, fuck Neanderthal.
Well, to be fair, Neanderthals could be
and we did that
human beings
both,
as well.
Yeah.
Because not only were we like, fuck Neanderthals, like, oh, fuck Neanderthals.
Yeah, I was just going to say we did both.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some schools of anthropology that say there's a good chance we are half-us.
Half-us?
Yes.
No, you can measure it. We got like 1-2% Neanderthal.
So, like the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, since there's none left, now we're just,
it's just fragmentary little tiny tidbits here and there.
Yeah.
It explains our foreheads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Because
Every
before,
once in a while,
his
you see
head's
one-
just cut off right at the eyebrow.
Yeah.
They were flat and weird looking.
Yeah, that's why we grew bangs to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Look smarter if you grow bangs.
Right.
Or not. I don't know.
And
What looks smarter now? Bangs or no bangs? I don't know. It changes
bald
so
is
often.
smart, right?
Yes.
So,
Like Professor Xavier.
right,
Bald as fuck.
smart.
Really smart.
Brain so powerful, can't grow hair.
But yeah, it's too busy thinking.
Exactly. Why would it want to grow hair? Because hair grows from the brain, through the skull, out of the top.
At the brain's command.
Right. So,
That's how Harry Potter works. You don't understand that. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. But, yeah. So, there we are. This is the weirdest way we've ever started a podcast.
Oh, we're starting?
Yeah, we started like, when you said, okay, we're going.
Oh, yeah.
That was like 3 minutes ago.
Oh, great.
But,
That means 57 minutes until I poop.
what?
What?
Oh, you wait till the very end of the podcast.
I try.
And then I run away. Because
I have a very, very interesting digestive system. About 20 minutes after I finish a meal, it's time to poop.
except it gets even worse because about an hour after he speaks to me, he has to poop. But he actually starts speaking to me at like noon. So he's been holding it
Yeah, basically.
all day.
No. No, it's like
Someone's got to make Tootsie Rolls.
a whole truckload.
All of them. So, what's new with you?
Going to Ren Fair next weekend
In Minnesota.
in Minnesota. Yeah.
You're never coming back.
No,
He's not coming back.
ever.
This is the final podcast.
Possibly.
Because
Probably not.
in words, there was no podcasting.
Well, yeah, there were. The king did all the time through official decrees.
But he didn't have podcasts. Like, he didn't have a recording. He didn't have some window where you could look at it from somewhere else.
He had town criers.
But they fucked it up. Have you ever played telephone?
That's why they wrote it down.
I have to quit this. So, yeah, you're going to go back and you're going to, like, be afraid of, your shadow.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Why
Why do they call it the Renaissance Fair? This always bothers me.
Because it's meant to take place during the time period of the Renaissance.
But I feel like it doesn't. I feel like it's more like the 12 to 1300s and not the 14 to 1600s.
Well, they wear colors in their clothes, so that's the Renaissance.
I suppose.
There weren't colors before the Renaissance because
Not at all. It was black and white. The whole world.
Yeah, well, no, it was just too damn expensive.
Right.
Peasants didn't wear that shit,
But
which is why I find it's hilarious, in many reasons, for our modern imagery of Jesus. One, we picture him as white, vaguely Norwegian,
right. Well, he
and
was.
wearing blue. Also, with Mother Mary wearing blue. Blue is a really difficult color to make in the real world,
Mhm.
which means it's really expensive.
There's almost nothing that's naturally blue, like that you can derive a color from.
No, basically nothing.
Because water's not actually blue.
No, that's just because it's reflected in the sky.
But supposedly the sky's reflecting in the water. So who's the real hero? Nobody. Everything is just
no,
simply blue.
No, they're full of shit. The sky actually is blue because it's
Yeah, I know.
it's doing blue things in the sky.
Blue things.
Yeah,
It has
The
something
sky
to
is
do with
blue.
what's in our atmosphere and the sunlight hitting it.
yeah, blue things.
They couldn't hear that, but I pointed to say, yeah, that's what blue things are.
Yeah.
So, is it the nitrogen? Or whatever.
That seems likely because that's most of our
It's
atmosphere.
most responsible, but I believe it's the nitrogen.
Could be.
Because when carbon's more in control, it's red-ish, if I recall.
Mm,
I don't remember.
I don't know.
But there we are.
We are here. We
So-
can't be there. We're here.
You're going to the Renaissance Fair, you're never coming back.
Yep.
Are you going to be a peasant?
I'm gonna be a very confused person from the year 2015, magically teleported to the year 2015, pretending to be some other year.
Okay. So, are you going to get like some horrible disease and die, like contract
Oh yeah,
syphilis?
no, dysentery.
Dysentery, that's a good one. Or gangrene.
No, dysentery. Oregon Trail all the way, or Oregon.
That didn't happen.
Is it Oregon or Oregon? I know it's spelled Oregon.
If you're from there, it's Oregon.
Okay.
If you're from not there, you say Oregon, and then people from there go, "You're fucking not from here."
Yeah.
Because when I worked at a call center, I got that constantly. They'd be like, "Oh, you're in Oregon." They'd be like, "Oregon, you bastard!" And you'd be like, "Oh, you're in Regina," and they're like, "It's Regina." And you're like, "Do you hear what you just said?"
Regina, Oregon.
Well, Regina's in Canada.
Oh.
But like,
well, they're Canadian.
you just said Regina. Let that sink in a minute.
Are you familiar with anatomy in any way?
Oh, my Regina. But yeah, there we are. For me, I've got an interview on Monday
Oh.
at the Crow
Oh.
for the morning show.
Wow.
So life could be changing.
I could actually listen to the radio again.
You can listen to it right now.
Well, no, we're podcasting.
I don't mean this minute.
Should get rebroadcast rights. We should do Imaginarium on the Crow.
So that's a good idea. But I would be in the morning show.
Oh.
And I can't change formats on that stuff.
Oh, no.
But
yeah, work your way up.
Up, that is up. That's the top. That's the peak.
Oh, yeah, I guess morning show is most listened to, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, work your way back down a couple notches.
Oh, okay.
So good, Imaginarium.
So
I listen to Imaginarium over the morning show, mostly because it wouldn't be during the morning show, which means it's not during the morning.
Because you're not awake.
Yeah.
Understood. No one likes to get up early but me. What's up with that?
You get TiVo for the radio.
TiVo for the radio. It's called the internet.
Oh, yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Every radio station ever basically podcasts their stuff.
Yeah.
You can listen to it later. You can listen to it now. You can listen to it yesterday.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Literally whenever. You wonder what's going to happen in 16 years? Go to the radio online. Let's do it right now. You can tune in to 16 years in the future because that's how the internet works.
And they're still playing Lady Gaga.
It's just awful. Every 6 songs like clockwork.
Yeah.
So that's how I know I'm going to get the position. So, but
I can play the same 6 songs, no problem.
Yeah. So, well, I'll just talk about it. So my current job is a web design company. I won't drop the name because I've been disgruntled with it for a little while. But
disgruntled.
They was like,
I feel very gruntled with my job.
Can you be gruntled?
Probably not.
I'm so happily gruntled with this job. That sounds just as bad as disgruntled.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were like, hey, this kid from high school is coming in. You're going to be his mentor. And I was like, oh, weird. Why? They're like, because you know WordPress? I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't need a programmer. Because I don't know any of that crap. I can do everything that's not programming. And I can do it pretty well. But, so this kid came in, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. We can do that. He's like, well, I'll come in here a couple times a week. Then I don't have to be in class. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'll just work on my website, and if you need help, I'll talk to you. I was like, oh, good, great. But part of me is like, well, what if I get this job, or what if the residency finally comes through? What if just something happens? I'm not here. So I've decided, in a perfect world, which there rarely is a perfect world, but holy crap, if you lived my life this week, it has been a perfect world. But anyway, in a perfect world, don't look at me like that. What?
I know. I'm just waiting for you to finish your
In a perfect world,
yeah.
I will say, hey, boss, at my current job, I got this other thing going on.
That's how you address them. Hey, boss, at my current job.
Yeah.
See, right there in that greeting, you've already stated that you're going to leave them.
Right.
Forever.
Right. But I would be like, hey, hold on. You ain't got nobody else. There's only 2 people working for your web design company. 2. Only one of them is proficient with WordPress-ish. That's me-ish. And so how about this-ish? Well, you can keep me on. Give me a raise. Keep me on, and I'll do like 20 hours a week at home.
Yeah.
And do your WordPress. And I'll come in and hang out with this kid.
Yeah.
Money coming out the wazoo-ish. That's the plan. Should everything fall into place?
Yeah.
But usually everything falls all over the place.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But you just need some strategically placed.
But holy crap, the last like 8 days have been like everything is happening perfectly.
8 crazy days, huh?
So I'm assuming by Monday evening, I'll be walking down the street and I'll hear a whistling sound. And I'll go, that's weird. And then a piano will land on me. And that will be it. I'll be like, well, that's how perfect ends. So, because it has to be a piano. It'll be a big fucking piano.
Oh, it have to be a big piano.
A novelty piano. That's like 14 times the size of a normal piano.
You know how fucking heavy a baby grand is?
25 pounds. I know I've done it. A calculator. You just hit the baby grand piano button. It says 25 lbs.
The frame
On the
of
moon.
the frame of pianos is made out of cast iron because it's the only thing strong enough to hold up to the weight of all the strings, constantly trying to fold it in half.
Yeah.
Because there's like
Well, if they started making
There's like a
strings
couple-
out of like rubber bands, that would be a little easier to deal with. Might not sound as good. Or just
no, it's still because the strings themselves aren't really all that strong unless you get down to the bass notes.
because they're big freaking like cables.
Yeah, they're not really all that
What are the
big.
strings even made out of? They're
Steel.
metal. They're steel?
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm. Just like guitar strings, actually.
Well, I knew guitar strings were steel. I just didn't know if piano strings were the same.
Yeah, they're
Huh.
the same way. That's
Why?
they call it piano wire
Why don't we make them out of other things?
because that's the sound we want.
Why don't we make them out of aluminum? It's light and strong as hell.
But it would sound different.
What if it sounds better? What if that's the sound we've been looking for?
I think we found the sound we're looking for.
What if it stops
Just-
war?
Well, that's a good idea. We should try it.
What if it's so wonderful no one has to have a job and money just falls out of the sky?
Well, shit, we should have done a long time ago.
See? Aluminum.
What's the tensile strength of aluminum? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's...
Is it as good as steel?
Don't quote me on this. It's comparable to steel, which is why we make trailers and vehicle stuff out of aluminum as frequently as possible.
I thought
there are
that's because
reasons-
it was light.
Well, that's the thing. It's lighter, and I don't think it's exactly as strong, but it's like... You'd have to ask my dad. He built a whole trailer out of steel, or out of aluminum.
Oh.
And it's way lighter than like a steel frame trailer. And he claims it's as strong or better to some degree. So,
Well, it's stronger per pound.
yeah, I'm sure that's the case. So, yeah, I don't know all of the aspects behind that, but I know aluminum's good.
Yeah, that's why I make aircraft out of it.
Right.
It's light and strong.
So,
And usually doesn't break down to fatigue,
yeah.
which is fantastic when they pressurize the cabin and then it explodes
Right.
because they didn't fucking do maintenance in the goddamn
That happens
plane.
every time I get on the airplane.
Yeah.
I have died so many times. It's fucking frustrating. It's
Good thing we got those bed bugs.
insurmountable. I'm always dead. That piano's a coming.
You're going to be on a plane. The cabin's going to explode. And then you're going to magically have a parachute.
Magically.
Yeah. Because you had the one experimental seat with the parachute.
I never get on a plane without my parachute.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd let you.
And then you
Like, if I
land.
own a parachute,
You
can that
land.
be my carry-on?
You land in the middle of a volcano. Right?
Okay. Yes.
But on the one little island on lava.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're fine.
Except I'm swelteringly hot. I'm like, son of a bitch, I didn't bring any water.
No, you're fine. Because why not?
Okay.
And then a piano falls in your head.
Just my head. And it like hits my head and bounces off. And I'm dead.
The piano won't bounce. It would just,
All of this other kooky shit happened. Why can't the piano bounce?
no bouncing piano.
Because you're in charge of this narrative.
That's right.
Okay, fine.
Good.
And then I die. What volcano am I on? What
Kilauea.
country am I in?
America.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
At least I don't have to ship my remains very far. Or did this break this floating island and now I'm in the lava and I'm cooked and gone? That's it. I'll come out. Superpowers.
I'm pretty sure in the real world you can't enter the caldera of an active volcano and not just
Be dead.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I'd be dead.
Yeah. If the heat doesn't kill you, which it will, then all of the toxic fumes
Right.
will
Because
stop
what's
you from
actually at the base of a
living.
volcano is about 50,000 tons of burning rubber. It's tires. Where do you think they go? Volcanoes didn't exist before cars. So, I mean, you got pictures?
That's how Vesuvius worked. I mean, the ancient Romans had cars.
They did.
They did, but we don't know about it because they had an accident at Vesuvius and they lost all of them.
Boom.
And a couple towns. Pompeii and Herculaneum, they were the automobile manufacturers. They were like the Detroit of Rome.
Right, we just haven't invented a ton strong enough to throw in there to chill it out.
In fact, what really happened was Pompeii and Herculaneum were having trouble fighting off.
I think you're making up this Herculaneum. I don't believe that metal exists. But go on.
As a town. Herculaneum was a town. They made cars there.
It's not on the periodic table, but go on.
They were having trouble finding the imports from Norway, and they were thinking about a government bailout, but they decided, you know what? This whole Vesuvius business, we could just blow them up and claim the insurance money.
Right. And maybe no one will ever have cars again. We don't have to worry about these like volcanoes we've been making.
Yeah. See, it's all a big insurance fraud.
Yeah. Most of history has been. I mean, why do you think we fucked all the Neanderthals?
For the insurance money?
Because that's where like syphilis and all those other things came from. Neanderthals were just riddled with diseases.
Oh, yeah.
So we fucked them. In both senses.
Because that's what you do with disease-ridden humanoids.
It universalized healthcare. Because everyone was totally sick.
Caveman Obama's back there is going, we need to universalize healthcare.
Except they were in charge of the world. It was one global government.
Yeah, of like 5 people.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
And they were just happy as could be. That one doctor, he lived in a blue box. And he fixed all the
And he had the screwdriver. It made a lot of noise.
That's why they made the wheel. And as all the volcanoes started showing up.
You know, volcanoes weren't really a problem until we had wheels.
Right. That's what this whole podcast is about. Awareness. Stop making rubber, damn it. Makes volcanoes.
Yeah, well, the more rubber we make, the more people die in volcanoes.
Or you could just consider, maybe the Earth is going through puberty, and volcanoes are just big zits.
That feels true. It's truthy, at least.
And the Earth will mellow out when its hormones get back in line.
No, unfortunately, timing doesn't work out that way.
And then...
The sun is going to have its big, huge tantrum, and we're going to die.
Well, because the sun is perpetually, like, 1.5 years old. Emotionally.
Well, actually, it's about midlife. But emotionally, yeah.
Oh, it's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. Well, it does. And then when it does...
It throws things?
Sometimes
it throws them at us?
Coronal mass ejections.
Yes. Ejaculatory sun stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you just said. Except you use the science.
Yeah. Well, Ejaculation.
Because the truth of the matter is we're all descendants of aliens. They didn't know what to do with their tires, so they made this big ball in space and they lit on fire, and there it is. It's called sun.
Space volcano.
Yeah.
What? Tires on Earth make volcanoes.
Right.
Spaceship tires to drive on the.
Right. That's where everything comes from.
Yeah.
Some guy
there used to be a lot of spaceships. That's why there's a lot of stars.
Right. So
yeah,
I don't know why everyone thinks it's so amazing. It's tires. Everything's just burning tires.
This episode brought to you by Goodyear.
We've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
I don't know what the slogan is, but there you go.
Goodyear, we have a blimp.
That should be their slogan.
Deal with
we have a blimp.
Why you go back to the quote business? Oh, you're a motherfucker. If I've ever seen one myself. What's going on in my email? Oh, that's just me emailing me. I'm my own best friend. But, so yeah. What else is new?
That's it.
That's it. That's your life.
Yeah.
That's the whole tires. That's it.
Fair. Oh, still sick.
Yeah.
Had the sick all week.
You're never gonna get better.
No. In fact, this actually marks exactly 7 days since I first noticed symptoms. I had a scratchy throat for last podcast. I thought I just didn't have enough water.
Gotta keep your finger out of your butt.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's not fair. That's where it belongs. God, if they didn't want you to put your finger in there, it wouldn't fit so perfect. Am I right? I must be right.
Okay.
Okay. So we have these candles.
Yeah.
Because we want our viewers to stare directly between them and do the Bloody Mary thing. And
what?
See hell open up. You ever heard that trick about putting candles on either side of the mirror and staring at yourself? And then you see this portal, and all this shit happens, demons come crawling out, and tires start making volcanoes, and Satan shows up and takes you out to lunch.
I thought some crazy woman's supposed to jump out and beat your face or something.
All sorts of things happen. It's just bizarre. So all of our viewers...
And then you can balance a couple pencils on each other and then ask some dead child a question and
it'll point to always yes.
Yeah.
Did you
die? Right yes in all the questions.
Are you a child? Yes. Are you my friend? No. I thought you'd always say yes. But you didn't. So everyone at home has just got horrible monsters jumping out of their computer screens. Because you lit these candles. You did it. You fucked them. They're your Neanderthals.
If that Charlie thing works, and there's a lot of people trying it all at once and it always works.
That's why I'm so mad.
That means Charlie has to be in more than one place at one time.
Well, telling you that Santa can move pretty fucking fast.
Several times the speed of light, in fact.
So, what if Charlie Santa? Have you ever heard of anyone Charlie on Christmas? No. It's Charlie be Santa. He'd be busy.
He'd be Santa.
So, he's not multiple places at once. It's just fucking speedy as hell.
Yeah. Well, if you go faster than the speed of light, you go back in time. So
it doesn't matter for him. It don't?
It don't?
Because he's from the radio. And if you tune in online, you can hear the future.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, go on with your Charlie thing.
I think that's it.
Oh, I thought there was more.
And then ended in Santa.
Oh, I ruined it with tires. This whole episode's gone straight down the chute. It's crazy. So, I did Without Pants this week.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I saw that you did it.
We're talking about RoboCop, and it was awful. What a bad movie. Don't watch it.
Oh, really?
God, unless you're like, man, I want to kill 2 hours in a way that I will regret.
2 hours?
It's about
RoboCop?
Oh, God. Well, they took the original 3 and tried to make one movie out of it.
Just watch the original 3.
They're way better. The new thing is just a horrible mistake. I don't understand.
Well, they have this franchise, and they need to make money with it. Otherwise, why do they have it? So they tried.
They just made sadness. Liquid sadness in visual format that you can drink with your eyes. Bad.
Dad?
Oh, it was so bad. Bob, I'm telling you, it was a bad movie. Oh. It was bad.
Do you know what I hope is going to be a good movie?
What?
Ready Player One.
It'll be bad.
It probably will be, because I can't.
There's
so many things.
licensing issues.
Oh my
How the
god.
hell is that going to work? Who's making it? Pixar?
I
They could pull it off.
Basically, everyone's going to have to team together because it's 80s stuff from all over.
It's going to be a disaster fee.
Probably. Because there's movies in the book. Like, large sections of movies.
Right? I know, it's just this whole big, like, fangasm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it.
Did you hear a man talking?
Yeah, there's people out in the hall.
Charlie!
No, I think his name is Robin.
Like Dick Grayson?
No, like
Oh,
my name is
okay.
Robin, I'm from England.
Switching topics. So I play this game. It's a card game. DC deck building. Fucking greatest card game I've ever played. I love it because a deck building game means there's a finite number of cards.
That's
And
true of all things in this world.
Well, in like Magic the Gathering, technically there isn't. You have to go build a deck, then you play with people. In deck building games, there's like 200 cards on the table, and you're making a deck while you play the game, and then when it's done, you don't have the deck anymore. So everybody's sharing cards. It's kind of like playing a game with actual like playing cards.
Oh, you retcon deck building because Magic Gathering is usually called.
Well,
deck.
no, a deck building game, it means the game is about building the deck. Whereas in Magic is about playing with the deck you built. Does that make sense? So Magic is not a deck building game.
Yeah,
because the game is not building the deck.
Yeah, you retcon deck building.
I didn't. They did.
Someone did.
Not me. Quit blaming me.
Well,
I didn't put
you're
the
the one
tires
that brought
over
me the news, so therefore it's your fault.
So
From customer service.
anywho, I love the game. And a new version came out not too long ago, like 2 months ago. And it's about the Teen Titans. And there's a bunch of cards and make different variations of the game. But anyway, we were playing just the new Teen Titans version.
So is this like a collectible card game, which you do not collect cards, you buy a set, and then you play?
Right, and you only need the one set for like 8 people to play.
We should play.
It's fucking awesome. I don't own it anymore. I gave my copy away to a bunch of people because I had one and I was like, I have a box of a multiplayer card game, and I'm just me. So, anywho, it's a good time. But because you can interchange cards from multiple versions of the game, they try to make it so no cards are different but with the same name, if that makes sense. So there's a Robin card.
Oh, I got it. So there are 2 Robin cards, one with one stat, one with another.
Right.
No name collision.
So basically, if you memorize everything, you just say Robin, you don't have to say what he does.
Yeah.
Assuming you're playing with a bunch of people who just know.
Yeah.
And anyhow, so Teen Titans is all these characters that have basically already had cards. So now they're just giving them their human names. There's been multiple Robins.
Yeah.
So they're letting
Which
that happen.
Robin? Dick Grayson.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this whole version has just become this weirdly sexualized thing.
Oh.
Because, one, in the comics, many of the Teen Titans appear to be older than teenagers, or at least they're 18. Pornography rules. These people are 18. So the women are just like chesty and everything is out. And then you have a card named Dick. So it was really hard not to just make constant inappropriate jokes. And I'll buy the dick. It was great. It's a good version of the game. It's very interesting. Each version is structured a little differently, which does make blending them kind of weird. But yeah, just bizarrely sexualized for some fucking reason.
It sells better.
There's 2 dicks in this deck.
Really? Dick
Yes.
Grayson and
2 Dick Graysons.
2 Dick. But
They're the same card.
Oh,
You know, like how any.
there's multiple.
Yeah. There's
Exact same
never
card.
more than 3 of the exact same card in a given collection. And so saying that there's 2 dicks means that he's better than a card that there might be 3 of.
Right? Because the better they are, the rarer they are.
Right. So if there's just 1, then you're like, fuck, I want that. But then, you don't have the power to buy it, so somebody else does, and they get it in their deck, and then they fucking laugh at you, and you're like,
They get a dick in their deck?
yeah, so it's like, look how thick my deck is. And here's the better part. Hold on. So at the end of the game, so the way it works is all of your cards have power. Or should have some power or do something. And so at the end of your turn, you're like, I built 8 power, and there's 5 cards in the lineup in front of you. And you can buy cards depending on your power, and they'll have a cost. So if you have 8 power, you can afford up to 8 costs of cards. You buy 1 8-cost card, or like 2 4s, or 4 2s, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And
That's up to 8.
and they go into your deck. They go into your discard pile. Every time your deck runs out, you shuffle your discard pile. That's your deck. Keep playing.
Yeah.
You're trying to get as many cards as you can. Buy the best cards possible, because each card has victory points on them. And then at the end of the game, everybody tallies up all the victory points in their deck. And then whoever has the most points wins. And Dick is worth victory points based on how many of another type of card you have in your deck. So, instead of him just being worth like 1 or 2 victory points like most cards are,
So if you get him, you want a strategy. It's like, I want all these cards.
he's a variable card. So this makes it even more sexualized. When you finish the game, I've got a dick and you've got a dick. Okay.
My dick is bigger than yours.
Right. You're like, I had an 8-point dick, and it's like, I only had a 4-point dick. How long is a point? That's exactly what I asked. Because my dick was only 4 points, and Travis's was 8. But if you play the game right, you could have like a 12-point dick. Now that's a pretty juicy dick. You play it wrong, you can only have like a 1 or 2-point dick. Nobody wants that.
On the YouTubes, you childless butts. You should have wrote dick.
Yes. Dicks and butts.
Dick butt.
Fucking dick. You just brought him into our podcast.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, Reddit, why? He's everywhere, and it is funny. Oh no.
Yeah.
I have to pee.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pee. You're gonna talk to people.
Oh, I know.
Deal with it. You're on the air.
After you're done peeing, I'm gonna poop.
No, you have to wait.
Well, yeah. After you're done.
We only have like 15 minutes left.
So. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say. The candles are nice. Oh, that's warm. That's pleasantly warm. That's a lot of pee. And done. You know, I'm not very good at talking without someone to talk to.
I know I had the same problem.
Yeah, but you're better.
So we've been talking about dicks and butts.
Yeah.
We haven't covered butts yet. I know you have to poop, which is butt related, but can you wait 20 minutes?
Probably.
That's how long we have left.
Word.
So let's talk about butts.
I like big butts.
I think everyone is ingrained with that lyric, at least as long as you've been born since 1980.
Yeah.
If you're older than that, you probably don't care. But they're round. Butts are typically round.
Typically, yeah.
I haven't found many like triangular or like square.
There's a scientific
nature,
name
at
for the
least.
butt crack.
The scientific name for the butt crack,
Yeah.
cleavage maximus,
Yeah, something like that.
clevis maximus. Let's keep checking the internet for people's input on how stupid we are. There's a picture of a shoe on the internet. You imagine that?
Oh, it's a good shoe. It's like a.
It
Hey,
looks
look.
like some sort of thing that you'll be wearing at your Renaissance festival.
Oh. Intergluteal cleft.
The intergluteal cleft. Imagine if you were born without a butt crack. You had the hole. Like, we're not going to worry about your functionality. But no, would be much like how a penguin walks.
And you'd have 4 nipples, and your head would be shaped like a cone.
Oh, are you a conehead? They don't have butt cracks. I forgot. They have little knobs on their butts, though. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like right above the butt?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think those knobs
And
did?
no, I had Trojan chewing gum.
Yeah, they did. What the hell?
I wonder if Dan Aykroyd would have preferred it if they had flavored at that time.
Well, I think the most frustrating part for him was the fact that the actresses, his wife and daughter characters, had to actually have their butts like dealt with to remove their crack because he doesn't have one to begin with, so he was fine. But
Well, I think he's the only butt and or alien butt we saw in the film.
oh, well then
I
they
don't-
didn't have to doctor their butts, but that's
No.
how his actually looks
Yeah.
with the knobs and everything. It's just that when he was born, they shaved the cone off his head and implanted hair,
Yeah.
which had to run into his brain, if you recall our earlier discussion.
Yeah. It's
There's a chance his brain could have rejected the hair.
instead it switched to a life of comedy.
Right.
So that's why it's so funny. It's the hair.
That's usually the whole reason.
You ever
for
seen a
it.
funny guy that's bald? Yeah, it takes you a long time to think about it. It's pretty rare.
It doesn't happen.
Well,
There's no
you
such thing as a funny person who's bald.
You never say never, but I mean, do you remember that vaguely Russian guy from Hey Arnold? He was kind of bald.
Are you talking about a cartoon?
Yeah.
Do you think the voice actor was bald?
Absolutely,
I doubt it.
because the
I doubt it.
the animation always looks exactly like
Yeah, someone has a football-shaped head,
yes.
and he wears a kilt.
Tom Kenny is rectangular.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
I can prove it.
Don't ruin my life.
He was also Starscream, so you're telling me he's a robot.
It's a rectangular robot. That's right. He was
You see,
Starscream.
this is the problem.
I didn't know he was Starscream.
You believe in all these kooky things, and yet you struggle
Wait,
to believe
wait,
that all volcanoes
which-
are tires.
Which Starscream? Like the original
Transformers
1980s?
Animated.
Oh, the new stuff?
The series called Transformers Animated that came out in like 2008 or
Oh.
9.
Oh.
But he was all the Starscreams, except for the lady one.
There's Lady One.
Well, in this...
Was he the original Starscream?
No, I don't think he was the original Starscream.
I'm looking it up.
But
Because that's the only Starscream I care about.
in this one, Starscream, when he built his base on the moon like he always does.
I love how Starscream has its own Wikipedia page.
Yes.
I search Wikipedia for these random things. It's like, oh, it has its own Wikipedia page. The Elder Wand from Harry Potter. It's a piece of wood. It has its own Wikipedia page.
No. Hold on. It's an imaginary piece of wood.
Even better, it's an imaginary piece of wood. Has its own
But
Wikipedia
anyhow,
page.
I'll continue explaining the multiple Starscreams. Starscream's like, I'm going to take over the fucking Decepticons, and then we're going to kill all the Autobots, because I'm Starscream and I'm the best, and that's how he always wants to do everything. He secretly doesn't like Megatron, you know? And it's usually not a big secret. Anyway, Starscream builds an army of himself. And they're all clones, but they all have one aspect of him. that's in charge. Like one's angry, one's ecstatic, and one is a lady. And
Is that voiced by Bill Fagerbaka?
I don't know, but
Do you know who Bill Fagerbaka is?
no, I don't.
Voice of Patrick.
Oh, that would be great. But anyway, everyone is like, "Why is that one a lady?" And all the Starscream's like, "Don't ask." So I think like you could just be like, "Oh, it's just feminine." By saying "don't ask," leads me to believe like that's his most prominent aspect, and no one wants you to know.
Mm.
Maybe that's why he's so angry. He's unwilling to accept his extraordinary feminine side that's more in charge.
Or his anger is in fact a minor morality tale saying that you should accept your station in life instead of trying to constantly overthrow the leader of a thing that you have no real... I don't know where I was going with that.
So you don't want him to overthrow his boss.
Yeah, I guess.
But everyone likes it when Starscream's like, "I'm gonna be in charge," and then Megatron comes back and he's like, "Ah, shit!" and Megatron kills him or gets rid of him or does something.
Well, actually what happens with G1, he overthrows him for like 5 seconds.
Right. It's always
Because Megatron is dead.
it's always like
In fact, dead in
fart worth
absentia.
of time.
But Megatron comes back as Galvatron, who's voiced by Leonard Nimoy,
Right.
and blows the shit out of Starscream.
This is because he's dumb as hell.
Yes.
But we just got a comment saying from my girlfriend Natalie, I just came in on TikTok. So
Dick butt.
I have an 8-point dick. No, mine was only 4. That's
Richard intergluteal cleft.
Oh my god. But we're talking about Starscream. So who was the original voice of Starscream?
Chris Latta.
Yep. I knew that. I was just holding that information from you because I wanted you to look it up and become smarter on your own.
And then in Beast Wars, it was Doug Parker.
Does this change every generation?
Yes. And then Michael Dobson, Tom Kenny, Steve Blum.
Steve Blum is Starscream?
Yeah.
In what series?
Prime.
Oh.
Then it's Sam Rigel. Riegel.
Doesn't matter to me.
And then Nolan North.
Hmm.
Nolan North sounds like he should be a superhero of some kind.
Right. Well, he is. He's Starscream. So he's a villain.
No. I'm thinking like that should be
His
there should
real
be-
life thing.
No, like
Here comes Nolan North.
like Daredevil level superhero.
Yes.
Yeah. Actual name is Nolan North, and he's like Compass Man or something. I don't know.
He can only go north. Ah, crap.
He's actually a negatively charged monopole. He's attracted to the North Pole only.
Have we told you about Wings on a Guy Man? Okay. So, way back, we're playing an earlier version of the DC deck building game, and there's Hawkman.
Wings on a Guy Man.
And Hawkman's outfit is like, he's got the fucking wings, he's got the helmet, he's got this weird chest strap thing that accentuates his... It kind of looks, if you look at it right, the chest strap almost looks like it's holding the wings on. So what, Chad and I, my friend Chad and I were like, what if the wings were the superhero? And the Hawkman had nothing to do with it. And,
It's him.
right. So we devised this character who is just wings, straps itself on unsuspecting people when crime is happening and flies them off to go solve the crime. They can't detach themselves from the wings, and the wings are more in charge, so they can't like turn tail and get out of there.
Yeah.
The wings is just like, you're gonna stop this bank robbery. Boom. I'm your wings. You're still just you with these wings. And your wings on a Guy Man. And so
No, the wings are Wings of the Guy Man. The man is just the guy.
right, exactly.
He's just the substrate for the
Right.
Hooper hero.
And after like 5 or 6 books, we can do an alternate issue where it's Wings on a Lady Woman. But anyway, we came up with like a sidekick / roommate character where he always has the solution to whatever problem is at stake. However, he's always a day late. Like if his job is
late,
like,
but he's not $1 short.
right. So like, exactly. Like if his job is like paying the ransom for like somebody to be released from hostage.
He has the money,
late, so the person got killed.
but he has the money.
Or someone else solved the problem already. But he has
someone else. That's funnier.
But he always has the resource. Doesn't matter what the problem is. He always has exactly what will fix it. He's just a day late. All the time.
Shows up to the White House and says, President Carter, I have a solution to the gas problem. Oh, who are you? President Obama.
He shows up. He shows up to fucking, Germany, and he's like, I'm going to tear down this. Oh, the wall's gone. But like, so the question.
Well, he still could. There is a section of wall left up.
Like for historical purposes, or because they're trying to keep two people apart?
Well, it still keeps people apart, but not very well. It's short.
Because they go around it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem with a wall that doesn't go around the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can just be like, oh.
That's what the Mongols figured out. The Great Wall of China, great.
No, China is not.
It's got big ass holes in it. You just walk around through.
Well, and China's not all that proud of it. One thing I've learned about art history is if you have what they call like a classical piece of Chinese art, if it shows the Great Wall, odds are it's not a classical piece.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, the Great Wall was a big, expensive. You say "fuck you, Mongols." Like, there's not really a big reason to be proud of it. If we built a wall, like a Trumpian wall between us and Mexico,
the one that people want to build.
I don't think we'd be, well, we're Americans, of course we'd be proud of it. But the people who are actually human and not just over-patriot zealots,
right?
They'd be like, what a shameful thing. We already had a fence. I mean, the river worked really well. Lots of people died.
Why don't we just drain the river, fill it with gasoline, and light it on fire?
Well, we tried to do that, but we did it in reverse. They
lit it on fire, then filled the gasoline. I was like, why did it stay on fire?
Well, no, we should have started with the Rio Grande, but we started with the Gulf of Mexico.
That would be great on fire.
Well, it is on fire. All the damn oil drills. Well, not really. It's just
that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? You're like, oh, look at the beautiful fire lapping in and out.
Yeah.
Like waves.
Yeah.
Bring some marshmallows.
I feel
fish are already cooked. Just a fucking beach full of fish sticks. I'm for this.
Yeah. And boiled clams.
Right? Everything's just delicious.
Yeah. I don't think it'd go with global warming, but if we were still in the middle of an ice age instead of, screwing up. We're still in the ice age. Did you know that?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Fantastic.
It's great. There'll be more someday. Why not?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's dam up either side of the Rio Grande. Okay?
Okay. So now it's just a giant oxbow lake.
We suck out all the water. We sell it to California for ridiculous prices, so we can afford to fill it with gasoline. Then we can jack up gas prices to $6 a gallon, and then that will stimulate the economy a little more because we have to pay more for what we need, and the river can be on fire. And then instead of a wall, every 6 feet we set up gun drones that anytime something moves, it just annihilates it. And so it's constantly shooting into the fire.
We also need sweeper drones to sweep the corpses into the river of fire.
And mind you, the gasoline's not permanent, so we have to keep adding gasoline. So every 6 or 7 months, we jack up the gas prices by $6 or $7.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's fucking flawless. They'll never get across.
And since we've devoted all of our gasoline resources to
this big
the Trumpian wall of fire,
right?
Then it forces us to switch to electric cars.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
It's perfect.
Elon Musk will love us.
Yeah. And we could put little generators on top.
Yeah.
Because the heat generates electricity, charges electric cars. It's perfect.
Right. It would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be awesome.
Elon Musk wants to nuke Mars.
Nuke it?
Nuke it. Like, blow up the ice caps on Mars with nuclear bombs.
For what purpose?
Supposedly, he thinks it's going to terraform Mars.
Hmm.
With the problem is you would need many nuclear bombs to melt the ice caps. The entire planet would be irradiated thanks to the windstorms.
Much of it already is irradiated.
No. It's been blasted by radiation from
Right.
the sun, but this would be like uranium dust in the air.
Yeah.
Much worse. Much worse.
But
It would be like the
ideally, we
Chernobyl
just
exclusion
sterilized
zone.
everything.
It's probably already sterile.
I'm starting to believe that there's probably things living like 10 or 20 feet below ground.
Yeah,
Not like
if it's
animals, but bacterial things, little buddies.
Yeah, if it's not sterile after you nuke it, it will be. And even if you did,
We can build iPods there. Go on.
no, the Martian dust would just ruin everything.
But we
But
sterilize.
you could build widgets there, just no electronics.
Okay, fine. So go on. What were you going to finish explaining?
The dust itself is some kind of crazy, awful chemical.
Right.
That causes everything to rust, which is why it's rust red.
Wait, are you telling me that the dust is water? That you
No.
can turn water into dust?
No, the dust is actually mostly oxygen. I think it's
Are you telling me that oxygen causes things to oxidize?
yes. You could add hydrogen and make it into water. You could also burn
So-
the dust straight up as rocket fuel.
You're also telling me that Mars was once covered in tires on fire.
Yes, I am. hmm
Okay.
Yep. In fact, it was all vulcanized tires.
I would tell us to put. Yeah, me to.
I just realized something. There's an important process that we do to rubber to turn it into the rubber for tires. It's called vulcanization.
Yes.
Think about that.
Exactly. Where do you think we come up with these things? I'm not wrong. Have you ever been on the internet?
Have you been drawn on the internet?
Go listen to the radio right now. You can listen to the future, I promise. I know who the next president's going to be.
Scooby-Doo. He runs the Cartoon Network every year. He's going to win.
2046 is going to be Honey Boo Boo. Can't fucking do nothing about it.
2046? Is that divisible by 4?
I don't know. It sounds good, though, doesn't it?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
He's doing math, people. That's what he went to school for. I'm just playing on my phone to look smart.
That is a midterm year.
That's the year she'll take over when the other president gets shot.
That works. He's just be vice president or somewhere in the cabinet. A lot of people have to get shot if she's not vice president.
It'll be really interesting. All those people getting mowed down. It'll be
Or
because of the
speaker, I guess
Terminators.
it's president, vice president, speaker of the house.
But they won't be called Terminators. And they will just go crazy.
Harry Terminate.
It's not a product.
I think it'd have a worse name. Because remember the iPad? When they
Yes.
first announced it, everyone thought it was a female sanitary item.
Right.
Imagine if it were.
Does it have Bluetooth?
No, it has a new thing.
Oh.
Red tooth.
Have you seen the Donald Trump thing?
No.
A woman making paintings of Donald Trump with her menstrual blood?
All right.
That wouldn't fly at art school because you're not allowed to use bodily fluids.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty
hey.
sure there's health guidelines with that, but
They're really nice looking paintings.
well, good for her.
Yeah.
How does Trump feel about that?
Probably great. Because luckily someone's bleeding out of her wherever. But I digress. This river of fire, good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not president. Lower the
We could-
age.
we
Lower the
could-
age of 25, goddammit.
We rename the Rio Grande to the River Styx.
Yeah.
And if anyone makes it past the River Styx, they have to listen to Styx.
All the way
Forever.
through, all of it.
You know,
On
see,
8-track.
if you make it through the River of Fire, and you suffer through the river, the loudspeaker sticks, then you go to this office and they just award you a citizenship. Good job, you made it.
We're gonna make giant drones. Bear with me. Giant drones that stadium, fucking 6 or 7 times the size of the largest football stadium we have now. It's gonna fly over the River of Fire. We'll hover. Anyway, it's over the River of Fire. People pay ludicrous amounts of money to go up there and watch football games that are going to be against competing prisons. Hold on. All of the prisoners are playing football. They all have jetpacks, so now we're playing 3-dimensional football. Hold on. The football is also an explosive, and it works like hot potato, but you don't know when it's going to go off. But when you catch it, you know it counts it. And there's a random number generator in there, so it's like 7. And so the 7th catch, boom, and it blows up, and then we all cheer. And whatever prisoners survive on the winning team gets set free. Whichever ones survive on the losing team, a hatch opens, they fall into the River of Fire.
I was hoping you were going to go with Spleef, but you know.
Spleef?
Have you Minecraft?
Yes.
You don't know what Spleef is?
I haven't Minecraft in like 2 years. What's going on?
Spleef is the oldest Minecraft game. You get a whole bunch of people in an arena filled with some kind of
people?
block.
I've only played with 1 other people.
Whatever. It's a competition, so at least 2.
Okay.
You're in this field of blocks, and there's a layer of blocks, and below this there's an empty space, usually with lava at the bottom.
Right.
And you dig out the blocks from underneath the other person. First one to die loses.
Oh.
Last one standing wins.
The only thing I used to play was I can give myself items and you cannot. And because I'm in charge of the server, and I can give myself bedrock. I have built a bedrock prison. I can teleport you in it. Ha, you stuck in bedrock hell. And then I just laugh and laugh and laugh until you disconnect. That was a fun game.
Now,
there was always a window you could see out. You see the world.
Now what you can do is you can spawn bats that have TNT on them that explode at random times.
But you can't see the TNT or the bat.
You can see the TNT. The bat's invisible, though.
So there's just TNT flying around.
Yeah. It just explodes.
I would like it if every block looked like dirt. Every block.
You can do that. Resource pack.
Every single thing. Water everything. The whole game's a mystery. What am I poking?
Well, the water you can make look like dirt, but it'd be flowing dirt.
Right. Everything looks like dirt.
Yeah, you can do that. Let's see if it's real.
Everything looks like dirt.com. And
Nope.
No.
At least not through Mid-Continent.
So we've been podcasting for an hour, and you need to do a thing.
Yeah, I do.
So I think you need to wrap this up.
Okay, goodbye. Ah, my butt.